There was some connectivity issue. I'm so sorry for that. We were just talking about, I was just talking about and telling you about my topic for deliberation. I think I need to wait for people to join. Yes, I hope I am audible once again. I'm really sorry for this small interruption. Yes, I was just telling you all about myself. I was giving you my brief about myself that I have been in past 4 to 5 years. I have been taking sessions on life skills and holistic education. And now, moving ahead, I would like to tell you that data reveals, I was just wanting to share some very invaluable data with each one of you. That data reveals that 1 in 4 people will struggle with mental health, anxiety, depression at some point of time in their lives. And with this currently ongoing pandemic and a severely troubled global economy, things have never been in such a mess like now. I'm sure you agree with this, that things are quite tough at the moment. Our social life has been so badly hit, and people are dealing, they are really facing, it's really tough for them. It's really tough. But nevertheless, we have to, move ahead. We have to be positive and try to look for ways and means to overcome this. And as I just told you that my topic for today's deliberation, this is for the people who are joining right now. My topic for today's deliberation is reinvent yourself, good vibes for a good life. We certainly require good lives for a good life. Now, as I talk, many of you, may be thinking that it is not always easy to keep your sanity intact with so much happening in your life. Yes, so many things are happening in your life, and the fast and frenetic pace of life. It's not easy. It's not easy. But at the same time, I would like to tell you, it is undeniable that life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you react to it. So here is the key point. Here is the, master key, that life is just 10% what happens to you, and 90% is the reaction that comes from us. I know that many a times there are some inevitable situations in your life, such trying times in your life, such tough times in your life where you lose hope. But I would like to say that when you change your perception about looking at things, this is where your personal control lies. I would request you that, try to be positive no matter what comes in your way. I know it is not easy. I totally agree this. But at the same time, I must tell you that your personal power lies in changing your perception and looking at tough situations. Either be controlled or be in control. I'm sure you would like to be in control rather than being controlled, isn't it? Now, let me discuss something very interesting with you. Do many of you feel that, making a long ready-made list of things will make you happy? Ready-made list of things like per se, money, success, couple of houses, a few luxury cars, power, looks, and the list goes on and on and on and on. Think aloud. Do you really feel that these long lists that we have made of materialistic goods, are these the real keys and mantra to happiness? Do you really think that this is going to, make you absolutely satisfied, happy, and contented? Research reveals a big no, at least when it comes to long-term sustainable happiness and peace of mind. When we, buy certain things, suppose somebody is very fond of luxury cars. When you buy a luxury car, or when you, whatever, when you buy a sports car, something which you are very fond of, it will definitely give you a temporary thrill, no doubt, no doubt. But very soon our human nature takes us back to our old happiness baseline, where we were before buying that car. That is our happiness baseline. So you just get a temporary thrill when you keep on buying things and just trying to satisfy yourself that yes, I have to buy this, I have to buy that. The list is endless. But today we will be discussing that what is that will actually give you a long-term sustainable happiness boost. Now, I would like to tell you something. There is some heartening news. The heartening news is that we can certainly boost our happiness quotient. And trust me, folks, it does not require some, drastic change of circumstance, or it does not mean, getting that winning lottery. It does not require such drastic things. All it needs, my dear friends, is a conscious inner change of perception and attitude. The moment you start making an earnest effort to change the way you look at things, life will be really different. And it will be different not only for you, but it will also be different for the people around you. And trust me, friends, that the best part is that when we talk of increasing our happiness boost, it is just about changing your perception of looking at things, your mental attitude. And believe me, the best part about it is that anybody can do it, and it does not cost a fortune either. So without much ado, let me move on, and I would like to, the main thing of my particular, the main basis, the main reason why I'm sharing what I want to share today with you is I have put together some points and some tips. They are definitely very, very simple. Most of you know it, and we all know it, but the million-dollar question is, how many of us follow it? How many of us are implementing it in our day-to-day lives? So I'm just going to share some tips that I assure you, if followed, will definitely help us to unlock the best version of ourselves. And that is the topic of today, that is reinventing yourself, doing something, making those small changes in your life and lifestyle that will change your life forever. So it's time to reinvent, and let's move ahead. I have just put together some points. The first point is train your brain. Now, many of you may just think that what is train your brain? We are already quite trained, and we are quite, educated, and we are quite self-sufficient. And train your brain is something very important regardless of age. I would like to share with you something. I was just reading somewhere that the human brain is wired and conditioned in such a way that we generally, notice, remember, and dwell on the things that bring us stress and invoke sadness. They are negative. We remember these things, much more, and things which pull you down. I agree that, we can't change human nature because, I just told you, I just shared with you that our brain is conditioned in such a way that we mostly, the things which hurt us, the things which invoke stress, the things which, make us gloomy, we tend to remember that. We tend to remember that again and again. I know we cannot change overnight, but at the same time, my request is that, if you make an earnest, effort to be positive, you can definitely change for the better. Of course, at the same time, I am not trying to advocate that when there are, tough times in your life, you put up a, smiley face and pretend that nothing is happening. I can just read there, somebody is requesting, Atulji is requesting that, ma'am, please tell something about yoga and brain. So, Atulji, I must just request you one thing, and I must just inform you that I am not exactly a yoga expert. I am basically in the field of academics and education and life skills. And the topic for today, which I have chosen, where I am discussing about how to make certain changes which will help you forever. So ultimately, after you listen to my presentation and if you implement it, it will help you in a entire holistic way. So I just request you to please carry on listening to me, and I'm sure you will definitely find it useful. So I was just saying that when I was talking about training your brain to, see something positive in life, I am definitely not advocating that, that even in the tough times of life, we put up a smiley face that yes, everything is fine. Of course, that is not possible. That is not possible. But what I'm trying to, say is that by habitually dwelling on the negative things in life, we, fuel depression, we fuel unhappiness, and that creates a lot of anxiety and unrest. So please try to, appreciate the small things in life. It is these small things in life which bring a lot of happiness. And you will generally see if you observe your friends and around and your relatives around, you will see that there are many people in your life who notice the small things, who appreciate the small things. They, find goodness in small things. And believe me, folks, this is a great happiness booster. The people who are able to be, the people who are able to find goodness in small things of life are the happiest people, because they know how to be grateful. They practice gratitude. And something else I would like to say is that, please start counting your blessings. Most of the times, I have come across people who are so negative, and unfortunately, despite having so much in life, things which are actually required for happiness, still, you will see that they are lamenting over every small thing around. So, please don't do that. It's an earnest request. Try counting your blessings every day. When I have food, when I, sit with my plate of breakfast or lunch or whatever, I always thank God for that, because, we very conveniently take things for granted that, if I have this food, no big deal. But no, it's not like that. We should always count our blessings, we should always, thank God for every beautiful thing He has, bestowed upon us. The first point was training your brain. The second point is to reinvent yourself to bring about a beautiful change in your life is nurture and enjoy your relationships. Nurture and enjoy your relationships. Now let's be honest. Do you really feel, of course I am not able to get a response, but you just need to reply to yourself. Do you really feel that many a times in life we take so many relationships for granted? Do we do that? Maybe we have a friend who is always so caring. We have we have such wonderful parents. We have such great siblings. We have, wonderful colleagues. We have people who care about us. But at times, we become so used to all this that, we start taking things for granted. And we, just have no time for people who really care. So my request is that, what I want to tell you is that relationships in life are one of the greatest source of happiness. The happier a person is, when you look around and see happy people, believe me, it must be those people who have a beautiful, supportive, loving circle of family and friends. Last year, during the pandemic, we have, felt that pinch when our social life was completely hit. So my request is that, please nurture positive, good relationships. And trust me, that is one of the best investments you can, make in life. That is having good friends, having good family, having good colleagues. And one more thing which I would like to, add here is that please make an earnest effort to stay connected with the people who care. It is very, very rare to find people who, really care for you. And if you find such people in life, you are blessed, you are lucky. So my request is, that people who care, people who, matter to you in life, please, make an earnest effort to stay connected with them and spend quality time with them. Now, the next point which I am here to discuss is, it's a very, I know you may find it very unnatural, but it's a very, it's a wonderful thing. Like, the experience is quite wonderful. Like, it's called getting on your deathbed exercise. Now, many of you may think that, ma'am, what is this deathbed exercise? I know it does not sound very nice, but believe me, friends, it is a tool. It is a tool which, psychologists do in order to evaluate your life. You have to, when this, during this exercise, they make you, they put you in in a situation where you feel that this is now, you are in your last hours of your life, and they basically make you feel that, few hours are left, and what sort of a life have you led? Have you led a happy, contented life, giving time to your family, friends, and people who matter? Or have you led a life full of regrets? Yes, the moment you are told that now this is your last day and tomorrow is you will be not there on this earth, don't you think that you will just feel, oh my god, I have just 24 hours left, I have to put everything in place, I have to tell my loved ones how much I love them, I have to take care of my finances. So why wait for the last moment in your life? Why can't you do this as a regular thing? So what happens is, when you do this getting on your deathbed exercise, you basically get to know how many feelings you have suppressed in your life, how many relationships you have ignored. There are people who are obsessed with their work front and they ignore their family, they ignore their health. So when you do this exercise, finally you understand that there is a paradoxical sensation, and all of a sudden everything there is an awakening in you, because you realize that what are the things you have been ignoring, what are the important things you have not taken care of. And all of a sudden, trust me friends, your life has a different meaning, because you start to prioritize that I have not been taking care of my health, I have not been taking care of my family, I have been ignoring so many things. So this is also a very important point, that when you realize that you have very less time, then all of a sudden all your senses they awaken and you become quite proactive. The next point is, live in the moment. Unfortunately, we human beings have an unfortunate tendency of most of the time worrying about the future and lamenting over the past. We are living in the past, or we are worried about the future, and as a result we just forget about the present. Yes, do we do that? I'm sure you would agree with that. Most of us, we have that habit that we are either worried about our future. Oh, 5 साल के बाद क्या करना है, 10 साल के बाद क्या करना है. Why are you thinking about 5 years and 10 years and 15 years? Let's live in the present, and what is past is already gone. So my request is that live in the moment and enjoy, savor the life's small and big pleasures. Adopt nice, enjoyable daily rituals, talking to your friends, meeting your friends, going for a beautiful refreshing walk, spending time with your pets. Do all these things which make you happy, and you are able to live in the moment, not living in the past or not living in the future. The next point I would like to discuss is focus. Now, many of you may think that we are absolutely focused, but unfortunately in the present current scenario, what I have felt is that most of us are multitasking in the sense we are perpetually, we are always worried about so many things, we have got so many fears that as a result we are not able to give our best in whatever we are doing. So my request is that don't get into so many things at the same time, because that basically leads to a lot of stress. On the contrary, I would say that do one thing, start one thing well, finish it with utmost planning and focus, and I'm sure you'll be feeling much more better rather than being stressed at the end of the day. And my next point is, health is undoubtedly wealth. Now, I would say that it is something very unfortunate today that, while we hanker over, building our careers and profession, and while we are pursuing our education, and, while we are trying to make a living, or while we are trying to live, we have unfortunately forgotten that, health comes first, not wealth. I am not saying that wealth is not important. Wealth is important. But undoubtedly, there is no denying the fact that the most important thing in life which you need to really pamper and take care of is your health. Many a times in today's cutthroat competition era, we just compromise health, and that's not done, because no matter where you reach in life, no matter what you do professionally, but if you are not able to take good care of yourself, I think everything is absolutely immaterial. So here I would like to emphasize on two things which are very, very important. That is exercise and sleep are particularly important when it comes to mental well-being. If you want to be mentally sharp, if you want to think clear, if you want to take quick decisions, if you want to do well in life, two things are very, very important, and that is exercise and sleep. So Exercise, I would like to say that, the most important mantra for exercise is that no matter which exercise you do, or no matter which exercise you choose, the key to it is do it. Yes, now please don't do it once a week or once a month or once, in 6 months and say that, yeah, yes, I am exercising. It's not like that. So no matter what you choose, it depends upon your preference, your lifestyle. You can do yoga, you can do walking, you can do, playing a sport which you like, or taking a running with your pet. Nowadays people, I've seen many of my friends, I can see their posts that they are running with their pet and all that. So that depends, whichever exercise you choose, that's absolutely fine with you, but please do it regularly. And the second thing which I was emphasizing was on sleep, quality sleep. Quality sleep every night directly affects your happiness, vitality, and emotional stability. So please never underestimate the, power of a good sleep. That is, on an average, I would say, average human being needs 8 to 9 hours of sleep. And if you are, getting that proper sleep, I would say that you are very happy, you are feeling very nice, and the next morning when you get up. And on the contrary, if you are sleep deprived, you are absolutely prone to stress, anxiety, you are very irritable, it becomes hard to be productive, there is unclear thinking, and poor decision making. So please try to, this point is very, very important, that, health is undoubtedly wealth. And today in the, I would say, in the very fast and frenetic pace of life, we have just forgotten this. We are, just running in this cutthroat competition era, and we are all running behind our career. Somebody is running behind, we are all, I don't know, everybody seems to be running in this race, this cutthroat competition race. But undoubtedly, I'm sure you agree with this point, and this point is something which I really feel is very important. And so health is undoubtedly wealth, and please take care. The next point today in my session, Reinventing Yourself, is push all your buttons. Now, you may be just thinking that which buttons am I talking about? Please make it a personal commitment to notice everything that, motivates you, inspires you, brings a smile in you, and de-stresses you. One very good thing about the pandemic last year, which I observed, was that most of my school friends, I could see them, honing all their long lost interests. Some of them were writing poems, some of them are, into art and craft. And one very good friend, I was really mighty impressed to see that, she was making some wonderful paintings on wood, and she even managed to sell them off well in Singapore. So really impressive. And so push all your buttons. I don't know what we keep waiting for. So anything that motivates you, please do it, please do it. Life is just one time. And most of the time we are living a very robotic, a very mechanical life, getting up in the morning and then like... many a times you will see that, we are living the same life on a repeat mode, year after year, month after month, year after year, and maybe decade after decade also. So please also try to, take out time for the things that really make you happy, brings a smile in you, de-stresses you. It can be anything. It can be, it can be cooking, it can be writing, it can be reading, it can be indulging in, some music, or it can be craft, it can be art, anything which makes you happy. Please do it. The next point I would like to discuss here is build a track record. Build a track record means that, when you start something, suppose you have a project or an assignment, when you start something and after some time midway you feel that, okay, I'll do it later, then, you start something else. What I'm trying to say here is that many a times it is not the things that we do make us tired, it is the things we start, don't complete, and just leave it midway. Unfortunately, nowadays we are in a perpetual habit of procrastinating things, starting something and leaving it aside. And it is these, when these unfinished tasks, they pile up, they cause a lot of stress, fatigue, and disappointment. So build a track record basically means that, please complete the things that you start, and don't get into, multiple things at the same time. Do one thing at a time and do it well and finish it, of course. That is very, very important. Now, my next point is something which is very, very important, and all of you will be able to relate to it because we have all, faced this thing in our lives. My point is being clutter free. Yes, being clutter free. And when I talk of clutter here, I basically want to talk about physical clutter, mental clutter, and emotional clutter because all are important. We are, first let me discuss about physical clutter. We are living in such a materialistic, world where the society has taught us, or maybe by default we have, understood that the more we have, the happier we are. Yes. So keep on buying and buying and buying and buying and hoarding. So, but after some time, you will see that, you have so much of goods around that it is just creating some sort of negative energy. But the sad part is that we human beings, we have a lot of uncontrolled consumer impulses. Market ऐसे ही गए हैं लेकिन shopping नहीं करना है. When we are going, we are saying नहीं shopping नहीं करना, बस ऐसे ही जा रहे हैं. But when you're returning, you're coming with so many bags. So that uncontrolled consumer impulse is there. And then what else leads to the physical clutter? We have a lot of emotional attachment to things. I have seen so many of my, some of my friends that there are so many, they have really kept so many clothes of their children when they were 1 year and 2 years. Now the child is 20. But they have kept all the clothes of the past 19 years because they have an emotional attachment to that. And definitely we will not be needing them and they are just going to be kept like that. But, all these things in the long run, they just, they just increase your clutter, and ultimately in the end, there is an insurmountable amount of unused items all over your house. And I'm sure many of us have faced that. So physical clutter is something, when you have too many things in your house and you don't require that. And unfortunately, friends, it does lead to negative energy. When you have a clutter-free house, when you have a house which is quite, open and things are in place, so it makes you feel happy and, positive. Now, talking of mental clutter, that was physical clutter and it is easy to remove that. Now, talking of mental clutter, clutter in your mind, this basically leads to stress and low energy levels. A cluttered mind is generally restless, unfocused, people who are worrying about the future and lamenting about the past. And in the process, they are ruining their present. And talking of emotional clutter is something which people, they generally don't talk about. But I would say it is something very important. No matter what you feel in life, but there are certain feelings, at times negative feelings. I'm not talking of positive because positive feelings are always welcome. But at times there are some negative feelings which we hold on to very tightly in our minds. We just don't let go. And even if we don't talk about it, but definitely you will agree that it impacts every area of your life. When you have that negativity going in your mind, running in your mind, dwelling in your mind, it will definitely affect, everything you do. So you just have to, if you want to move ahead, you have to address it. What I feel is that, every human being is unique. Everybody has their unique life experiences. And we need to be self-aware to recognize our thoughts. And most importantly, I would say that, it is not, I totally agree that it is not bad to have negative thoughts or to keep any, negative emotions in your mind. They are a part of life. But the thing which I want to discuss here is that we cannot, just keep, we cannot keep constantly dwelling on that. That is not going to help us in any way. So we have to address it. You may take the help of your friends or your, your elders or anyone, but you have to address it for sure. And one line which I read somewhere, I really liked it, and it is a beautiful line which says that often the best things in life are on the other side of your fears. I'll just repeat this line. It's a beautiful line, that often the best things in life are on the other side of your fears. When you hold on to regrets, when you hold on to fear, when you hold on to anxiety, when you hold on to bitterness, you cannot move ahead. You cannot see, you cannot, witness the beautiful things in life. You have to let go. And when you let go, then definitely you will be able to find the happiest and healthiest version of yourself. Now, the next point which comes to my mind is library on wheels. I just repeat, it's a library on wheels. Now you may be just thinking that what is library on wheels? Most of us today in this fast-paced life spend a lot of time driving. I mean to say, commuting, especially in big cities, going from one place to the other may take an hour or so. So this is a very important point. I don't know whether you have ever thought about it, that how you spend this time while you are driving is a very, very important thing which can change your way of thinking. For example, when you are driving, suppose you are going to like if you are going to your workplace and it takes 1.5 hours. Now what do? Do you listen to some good relaxing music? Do you try to calm your mind and make a mental note of all the things you need to do for the day? Or on the contrary, are you sitting and cursing the traffic? Or are you listening to some distorted type of news which gives you a very negative mood for the day? So what I'm trying to request you is, there are hundreds of better audio books which are available. Now what type of audiobooks you require, you just name it and it is there. So in a nutshell, what I'm trying to just share here and tell you here is that this drive time, for many people it is maybe a couple of hours in a day. This can be used much more fruitfully, much more fruitfully. And I request you to please give it a thought and try to use your drive time in a better way. My next point for today's reinventing yourself is choose the happy and positive few. Choose the happy and positive few are, I am talking about the people in your life. People in your life means if you associate yourself with negative people, with cynics, and they will just pull you down with yourself. They will just pull you down with them. And on the contrary, if your company is happy, positive, people who are, motivated, they will infect you with the same positivity. So I'm sure you agree with one thing, is that the company you choose makes you. If you surround yourself with smart people, smart by smart I mean positive people who are happy, and so that is going to spread to you. That infection will spread to you. You will also be a happy person and a positive person, and vice versa. So what I'm requesting you is that please choose your company wisely, because many a times I have seen that there are people, despite all the blessings in life, whenever you talk to them, it's very, very depressing for no rhyme and reason. If there was some reason behind it, fine, we will understand, and we will share our views. But if you are constantly negative, it's going to take a toll on you, unfortunately. So I'm requesting you that choose your company wisely and be happy. I would just like to share something that I'm a very lucky person that so many of my school days friends, they are very much in my same town. So recently, I remember last month I met them. Why I'm sharing this with you here is that after meeting them that day, by the end of the day I was just feeling on top of the world. The reason being is that when you meet like-minded people who are so loving and caring and affectionate and positive, oh, you just feel that sky is the limit. So I feel blessed to have such friends in my life. And at the same time, I would like to say that please, please, please choose your company wisely. Now, I would just like to say that the next point here in my session is that play a meaningful role. Now, you may feel that, much to my utter dismay, nowadays I feel that people think that, your personality is determined by your physical appearance. This is very, very unfortunate. This is very unfortunate that many people today feel that your personality is, absolutely proportional to your physical appearance, which is absolutely, I would say, appalling, absolutely appalling. So what makes you is the way you think and what you do in life. There should be a coordination between what you think and what you do. It's not that, you think something, you do something, and you say something. Not at all. So play a meaningful role in life is that if you want to, reinvent yourself, if you want to be a person who makes an indelible impact in the society, if you want to be somebody, if you want to be the change you wish to see in your world around, please play a meaningful role in this life. So, right, life is very precious. Don't, waste your time. Don't be negative, and do something which will really make you feel contented and satisfied. So what you think and what you do is basically what determines your personality. My next point in today's Reinventing Yourself is find your master key. Now you may think that, what is this master key? I often feel that, they were that everyone else in life was given an instruction book to follow so that their life is organized. And when that life book was being, passed and being distributed, I was not there. It's not like that actually, but I feel that, the master key is nothing, but I'm just asking you to find your master key. Now you may be feeling that what is this master key? The master key is nothing but the self-discipline needed to help you take full and complete control of your mind. This is the most important thing in life you can ever do in order to make your life happy and satisfied. Most of us, when your mind is restless, all the problems start. So when I talk here about the master key, and I feel this is the, crux of the whole session, finding your master key, that if you are able to, tame your mind, if you are able to train your mind, and if you are able to, reach that self-discipline, which is necessary for you to take, full, complete control of your mind, oh, you are a winner. You will be the happiest person. I do not say that life has got only, ups and happiness. There are ups and downs. There are tough times. There are good times. But a person who is able to find his or her master key, a person who is able to, have complete control over his mind, will definitely have a profound, impact on the society. And having a mastery over your mind, having, being able to control your mind, oh, that is incredible. And that is what is going to make all the difference in your life. I think we have almost, we are coming to the last part of our session. I feel that when you try to live to your best potential, you will not only change the world for the better, but you will also change your world around you. You will be able to leave an impact on people like no one else. Trying to achieve happiness in this fast-paced life is, just trying to, be the best version of yourself. It is all about breaking the imaginary boundaries that hold you, captive in a life which you have believed you have to settle for. We don't want to come out of our comfort levels. We have, we are just, what do I say? We are just made those imaginary boundaries around us, and we are, captives inside that. Yes, this is my boundary. I have to stay here, and I have to, live my whole life like this. But it's not like that. Try to live a life with infinite possibilities. Try to do everything which you have ever imagined. That's going to give you happiness. Try your best. Give your best shot. I'm sure it's going to happen. And believe me, after giving your best shot, if it does not happen, trust me, something better is coming your way. So try to live a life with infinite possibilities and touching and reaching the realms of the unthinkable. And we can never define, or we can never say where happiness and peace and contentment and serenity begins or ends. We can never say that, that this is, I have done this, so I'm happy. It's not like that. Happiness is all about peace of mind. Mental health is all about striving to be better and better. What I was yesterday, I'm a better person today. And day after, I'll be even better. So I would say that there is always a lesson in every challenge. There's a lesson in every failure. These failures are just the, bumps and twists, ups and downs in your paths to progress, right? We cannot say that, if there are ups and downs, we cannot say that if there are ups and downs, that is the end of the world. No, if there are ups, there are bound to be, downs too. But take all these things as a challenge. There is a lesson in every challenge that you face. And I would say that, be persistent no matter what. Don't give up midway. Life has never promised to be easy, but the ones who emerge and come out as winners are the ones who strive and are persistent. Yes, I can see one of my friends, motivating me, saying, "Superb, Nita. Thank you so much, yeah." And I can see Nirupma also writing something. Thanks for the wonderful words. Yes, it's a pleasure to have you all around. It makes me feel motivated. I would say that, please stop trying to impress people. Impress yourself, right? Stop trying to impress people. Impress yourself. Stretch yourself. Test yourself. Be the best version of you that can ever be, right? The moment we, start becoming trying to impress others, we forget our own priorities in life, which is absolutely not needed. You cannot make everyone happy in this world. All the thing which you can do is make yourself happy by, striving to be the best. So as I just told you that, stop trying to impress others, impress yourself, and I'm sure you will feel happy. And when you are happy from inside, you are going to radiate that. And my last I would like to sum up by saying that we live only once. But if we do it right, once is enough, more than enough. Thank you all so much for joining and listening to me. I feel absolutely thankful and obliged for taking out time and listening to me. And I have a sincere request that please try to dwell on these points which I have discussed today. And I must share something with you that whatever I have been speaking about today, I definitely try my best to follow them as well. Because if you don't practice, you cannot preach. So I request all of you to please, make an effort to start following these things. And I'm sure I can assure you that you will feel that life has become, a bliss. So thank you all so much for joining. And I thank everybody, who has joined. I really thank all of them for being a part of this session today and motivating me. And thank you so much. Namaskar. Thank you.